is Tomás, and I'm a rising senior at the Academy. It's over by my community college. And so what my starter project was, it was this electronic guide, and it has a piezo in here, which is a sensor that reads that based on physical changes in it, it sends specific voltage to the microchip. And what the microchip does, it reads that voltage, and then it outputs a number, which then lights up the set number of LEDs. So it's very, very close to random, but as with electronics, you can't really have anything exactly random. So there, just tap it, shows up any one of the 6 values. And so for my intensive project, I originally was just going to do an omnidirectional robot. And I was having a lot of problems with it because, as Jason said, we had the wrong controllers, and so it wasn't working in the first place. And then we got the right controllers, and Jason's conveniently worked perfectly for him. And I was like, yeah, it's still not working. So after like another week of fiddling with that, I just took the plastic casing off the receiver and I soldered directly to the board for a little bit of a better connection. And that fixed the problem. I haven't had anything since, so that worked pretty well. And then after that, the other problem I was running into was getting the omnidirectional motion to work because, as you can see, the robot here only has 3 wheels, but because the roller's on it, it allows it to move in any direction. And the difficulty with that is getting it to tell the wheels exactly how fast to turn in order to get it moving. In order to get it to move the desired direction. I kept having it curve in directions that I didn't want it to, and it turned out that one of the wheels was actually mounted wrong, and so not all of the force was going in the direction I wanted to. So I just had to decrease the power to the other 2 motors, and then that fixed it for the most part. And then as for the arm, as you can tell, I did not design this entire thing. I did not take credit for it. This came in a box. All I had to do was just put the plastic piece together, screw them together, and then I also had to hack it a little bit so it could be controlled via the PS2 controller. And for that, or controlled by the Arduino. And the Arduino, it was fine because I had these microcontrollers for these wheels, but it needed a motor shield to control the 5 motors in the arm. And another problem that I ran into was that the motor shield only supported 4 motors, but the arm actually has 5. And while the arm moves for the most part, the claw didn't work. And I mean, what's the point of a robotic arm if they don't get it? So after looking online a little bit, I found a do-it-yourself motor shield using only transistors and a few diodes. And I just soldered that together, and it's about half the size of the Arduino motor shield, but it does a quarter of the job. But that worked pretty well. It worked this motor. And so here I'll show you a little bit of a demonstration for it. Oh yeah, another one of the problems is that the library that we use for the PS2 receiver, it does work with wireless controllers, but you have to reset the Arduino. And conveniently, the Arduino button is deep inside this house, so I had to like cut a hole so I could reach it. So I'm actually going to do this on the floor because it's a little bit bigger than the RC team. So
yeah, since all stand up.
yeah,
Go ahead, stand up.
As you can see, you can do this thing like any or anything. It's just using the thumb pad from the PS2 controller. You can also rotate. And then also the robot arm, I'm able to rotate it and and I also was able to get it to program because the directional pad has variable pressure in it, so I can either do it slow or fast. Here, now I actually have to do something. And so I was able to get that function. It actually triggers 2 motors at the same time, just from fiddling around with the just from fiddling around with the controller that it came with, I found that it was pretty easy to control to retract it just on having 2 motors. That's what I added that function for. But other than that, the up and down directional pad can control either one of the joints of the motor, so that's the bottom one. Then the L1 and R1 switch to different motors, and then the wrist. And then also what one of our instructors found pretty cool, it also has a little LED on it. And then, yeah, and the X and triangle buttons that control the clock. And so